Hi, thanks for joining me in the garage today. What we're talking about is a way for you to get better workouts in through the use of journaling. Now, if you already journal, that's fantastic. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you a couple of things you can do to improve upon your current journaling system to get you better feedback and therefore a better workout. So what I'm going to do first is go over what most people do, and then I'm going to go over the improved way, okay, the new system. So what most people do is they write down the date, they write down the workout, which is arms in this case, the body part they happen to be working on, which is biceps, their first exercise, preacher curls, in this case dumbbell preacher curls, and then they proceed to write down the sets, the reps, and the weight like this. 1 times 10 at 20, 1 times 10 at 25, and it goes on and on and on. And a lot of times they do that way before they even work out, and then they just follow what they wrote down rather than using a feedback system entirely. So what we're gonna do to improve on this is we're gonna X-nay on the 1X, the way you do sets there, because you know there's sets, and at the end of the workout, if you happen to be forgetting them, you can just go back and count them and you know how many you did, okay? So when you set up your journal, what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down the date, arms, biceps, and the first exercise, and that's cool. But then you write down this word here at the top, quality, and we'll get back to that in a minute. The other thing you're gonna do is instead of writing possibly vertically, you're gonna write your sets horizontally, and then you're gonna leave a line, and underneath where you write your first sets, on that line that you left, you're gonna write the word notes. Because you're learning from this, you're gonna take notes, because that's what you did in school, right? To learn, you took notes. So, these numbers are all random, by the way. The weight means nothing. The number of reps in each set that I've written down, they don't necessarily mean anything either, okay? This is just an example of women, men, old people, young people. Anyone can use this system, all right? This is a system, it's not about the weights. So, for this first set, you did 15 reps at 15 pounds, and we're doing dumbbell preacher curls. Now that seems to be a lot of reps for a first set, at least for me. So what I'm gonna do is write down WU, because for me, that would be more of a warm-up set. And that way, in the future, when I look back, I can look back on this and I'll see that it was a warm-up and not a bad set where I used way too much, way too little weight, and I did way too many reps. Now, that's basically the system, putting notes under here. But here's the reason we're doing that. I'm going to show you other notes that you can take during your workout to give you that rep by rep and set by set feedback. So for instance, for this set here, what could you put? Well, if this set was too easy, underneath you would put too easy in the notes. If it was too difficult, maybe you wanted to get 12 reps in instead of 10, you'd put too hard, right? Too heavy. And if it was just right, you'd leave it alone. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just erase that because it was fine. In another set, you might have needed to spot yourself. So where you did 9 reps at 50 pounds here is what I have. What you do instead, if you spotted yourself during that, you want to know that for the future workouts. So maybe you spotted yourself on a few of them. So 6/3. So you did 6 on your own, and you spotted yourself for the last 3. And underneath here, you write the word spot. Okay, so you know down the road that on your seventh rep, you needed a spot. But down the road, if you did better than that, you know you've improved already. You know where you can improve too. The other thing you can write is the word cheat. Sometimes you can do a safe cheat. Okay. Another thing you might want to do later on is negatives. So here you did 8 reps at 45 pounds. Well, what if some of them were negatives? You could do the same thing, have the same feedback system where you knew right away it was going to be too light, so you did the first one on your own, and then you said, you know what, or you did the first one normally, and then the rest of them you did negative, so down a lot slower, up quick, down slow. So you got a total of 8 in. The first one was normal, the other 7 were negative, so you can write negs. Or you can do that even for an entire set. If you did negs the entire set, just write it down, you know. So if the first set was actually negatives, you could just write 10 at 20 and they were all negatives. Okay. Another thing that happens sometimes is when you're working out, sometimes you feel a little ouch here and there or a pinch here and there. It's a little soreness. Well, the other thing you can do is write soreness. Since we're doing curls, maybe your forearm. My pointer happens to be a radius, you can tell, because the radial tuberosity is here, and that's where the bicep attaches in your forearm, one of the attachment sites, okay? See, good thing you tuned in, you learned something. So anyway, if you got sore after your fourth, or you quit after your fourth because you had a sore forearm, you can put the word sore and then FA for forearm. Okay, so that's the reason we're putting in notes, and these are just examples of some notes you can do. And now when it comes to barbell curls, okay, that's what we have as our next exercise, or anything to do with a barbell, for instance, you can set it up the same way, but what you might want to do for the weight is write down how much weight and put the letters, I should say, SD here. The SD means 10 reps at 30 pounds per side. That way you know it's not a total combined weight, including or even excluding the bar. That way you know it wasn't 15 pounds per side. That way you know it wasn't the bar plus the weight you put on the side, although that would be impossible because generally Olympic barbells weigh 45 pounds. So that's why. You just do that so you know that you did 30 pounds per side for a total of 60 pounds. You can write just 60 pounds if you want to, but sometimes it's just easier to do it that way. Now back to quality. The reason we're doing quality is so you know what kind of a workout you had when you're looking back. Because if this was, for instance, a fantastic workout, it's going to be a 10. So you write down 10 beside it. And you can write down the reason why, lots of energy or something like that, right? And then when you look back on it, if you're doing the exact workout and you're not having, the greatest day and you find that your reps are lower, maybe you can look back on this and go, oh, I had a 10 that day, and well, today I'm feeling a little sluggish or something. I'm not having a great day. So you know that you just happen to have a great day because everyone has good days and bad days, right? Ups and downs. However, if this was a bad day, you might want to write down the number 2. And then you might want to write down why. For instance, you were talking to your friends at the gym too much at the workout and didn't get a good pump. So you write down talking, okay? Or maybe you didn't have enough energy, so you write down low energy. And then, why didn't you have enough energy? Maybe you didn't get enough sleep, so decreased sleep, not enough food, not enough water in you that day, right? Something like that, H2O. Or maybe you went on a bender on the weekend and it's Monday and you're still recovering from the bender you went on, right? So you just put bender. All right, now why do we do this? Because over a period of time, if you find this keeps happening and you're not getting proper gains, you know that this is the reason you're not getting proper gains. So it's a lifestyle thing, okay? It's the lifestyle you've adopted to rather than the actual workouts that is the reason that you're not getting gains. And then you know it's your lifestyle that you have to change in order to get great workouts and the maximum benefits from your workouts. So hopefully this has helped you a little bit. Maybe you can take home a couple of things from this to add to your journaling techniques to give you better feedback. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me in my garage. I'll talk to you next time. In the meantime, stay fit and be healthy.